drive-shaft failure cost Lawrence over 2 minutes and brought to an end his hopes of beating Gemmell to the post. Vulcan was still pushing hard as he fought with Joubert for 9th overall. Could he maintain this pace and keep it on the road? The answer was no. The same corner that so nearly caught out his team leader was to spell the end of his rally as he crashed out in spectacular fashion. Yes, Charles, the camera did catch all that. It was Vulcan's second retirement due to an accident this season. Joubert was a little more cautious through the corner and was no doubt relieved to see Vulcan out of the fight. Duplessis also got all crossed up and nearly joined Vulcan in the trees. Ryan got through the corner neatly and was now well into the top 10. No problems for Saville either, who is now in 10th thanks to Vulcan's retirement. The Williamses were still ahead in Class N2. Trott knew he would not catch Joubert, but he was still pushing hard and enjoying himself. The action was not over yet. Detroit was also caught out and joined Vulcan in the trees.
There you go. Another one.
Vulcan still seemed a little bemused by it all and relieved that he was not the only one to go off on that corner, which was now looking a bit like a scrapyard.
Not the way we planned on finishing.
Punctures and tyre wear were a feature of the rally thanks to the rock surfaces. Sorrell explained tyre wear to us.
Sorrell, looking at these tyres, the old one, yeah, still looks as though it's got a lot of tread on it and should be good for more use, but you say it's not. Tell us why.
Well, it's certainly good for, you could probably still get a couple of thousand kilometers out of it. But from a speed point of view, it's lost all its contact areas. If you look at the new one, that whole block is square and you have contact all over the tire. If you take the same block on the other side, you'll see that the leading edges are totally worn away. So the contact area is only those little raised edges there. And on that block, you've probably lost in the region of 70% of your contact area. If you look at the inner side here, that's even more so, because that is your contact area as opposed to the whole block. And it's lost the sharp edges, which also takes away the traction side of things. And this works against you both under braking and acceleration, and of course cornering, because the side of the various blocks are also gone.
Habig had won stage 13 by just 1 second from Damso, closing the gap to 16 seconds going into the final gravel stage. It was now or never for the KwaZulu-Natal businessman, but pulling back 16 seconds over the stage would be impossible, barring a problem for Damso. The Golf had run well all events and proven competitive with the Run-X of Damso. The Toyota arguably had the advantage at the start of the season, but the Volkswagen technical team had worked hard to find more speed in the Golf. There are many ifs and buts in rallying, but without the stone smashing the brake pipe off the Golf, the tables would have been reversed, with Habig holding a small cushion going into the final stage. How the Volkswagen supporters wished that were the case. The same could be said of Kuhn had he not suffered the puncture that scuppered his chances. What was encouraging was that both Golfs had run competitively and would make it to the finish line. Kuhn's championship hopes were dashed when he retired from the first 2 events of the year, but he had got back on the leaderboard with 5th and 3rd place finishes in the 2 preceding events. The solid 3rd here would help him climb higher up that order. Damso knew that a 16-second advantage would be impossible to overcome if he did not make a mistake. Thus he drove the last stage with some degree of caution. He finished second fastest to Habig, but lost just 2 seconds in the process. With just the less than 1 kilometer car park stage left to run, the rally was effectively over with Damso the winner. It was his 66th and record-equaling win. It was also his 4th win in the 5 events contested this year, setting him up perfectly for his 10th national title. He was relieved to get to the end. Gemmell made it 2 out of 2 finishes in the Mitsubishi since acquiring the car from Rueda. 4th overall meant he took the production car and Class N4 honours to close in on 2nd place in the class championship. Lawrence had to settle for 5th overall and 4th in Class A8. It was a little disappointing after his strong performance in the Volkswagen Rally, but he had finished every event this season and was now 3rd in the championship. Blackman finished his first event of the year, but lost 6th place to Bem. Getting caught in Lawrence's dust when the latter broke the drive shaft proved decisive in his quest to keep Bem at bay. That's not to take anything away from Bem. He drove superbly throughout the event and was full value for his 6th place. He'll be one to watch in the future. Hubert and van Straten took Class A6 honours and 9th overall, another superb effort. He now leads the class by 6 points. The Williamses took Class N2 honours with 12th overall after a solid drive. They also took the lead in their class championship. Swimmer and Davidson won Class N1 in their golf. While in Zimande and Jacobs were Class A5 victors. Lawrence and Labiskachny were the final finishers in 19th place, but their steady run netted 2nd in Class N1 to maintain their championship lead. The final stage was largely academic in terms of results. Highlighting the growing popularity of rallying, a huge crowd turned out to watch the final hurrah. The Bosel Subaru of Ryan was fastest over the test, giving him his first ever national stage win. He was 1 second faster than Damso and Kuhn, with Habich a further 2nd in arrears. So it was win number 4 for Damso by a scant 15 seconds. Volkswagen would have been relatively happy with 2nd and 3rd, but a win would have been ideal. Bem scored his best ever result with 6th, while Blackman was happy as punch with his first finish of the year.
So it's a slight hiccup in the last one, but back to form in this one.
Yes, it was a tough one for us today. You know, as I said, we lost a bit of time last night, but today we had a good rally, and Yanni was going very well. So we really tried hard.
It certainly was the smallest of margins. You even had to go in the last tarmac stage, which was only 1 kilometre long, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, you just have to make sure that you get to the end. So we didn't really push it too hard there.
And I believe this one ties my 66 records. Well done, Sergey.
Is it? Thanks a lot. That's nice to be. You know, it's something to achieve something. You know, and we've been around and we had good times together. So it all counts.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Johnny, you must be getting tired of this. The closest of margins again, right to the end, and anything could have happened even in the last stage.
Yeah, no, look. A bit of luck will also help sometimes. You know, we had a bit of bad luck with the brake pipes and, you know, driving with just front brakes for 22, 24 kilometers and 30 seconds went down the tubes with that. So, you know, 30 seconds is a lot in the game nowadays, and yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that certainly cost you the event, but at least you finished quite well again and only 14 seconds down. So you have kept your championship chances alive.
Yeah, I think, you know, although, you know, I think our championship has received quite a severe blow at this stage, but there's 3 more events to go, and you know, we'll do the best on those. Maybe we'll have a bit of luck there.
So another hard, fast rally, not much in it, and Serge emerging on top again.
Yes, there was a bit of ups and downs both ways. Serge lost a bit of time the first night, and the Volkswagens lost it the second day, but certainly very close. Closest of margin, 16 seconds or something, so bodes well for rallying. The bad thing is though that there's only 3 cars on the rally once again. You know, that with the change of formula and the rest of it, what's going to happen? I hope we're just going to replace these 3 cars with 3 others, because that'll be a bit pointless, but certainly a nice rally to spectate.
But disappointing was the N4 cars. We thought they'd be more of a factor.
Yeah, Scott pulling out, of course, put a damper on things, but then I expected a lot more from Johnny, and you're starting to wonder whether he's still suffering from his accident he had 2 rallies ago. But certainly he got back again, although probably not in the position he wanted, but yes, we were a bit disappointed there.
Obviously VW would have liked to win, but at the end of the day, as you say, all the cars made it to the finish and all very close. I mean, we've seen that a few times this year on the rallies, and that's a good sign for SA Rallying.
It could certainly have gone either way. So yes, sponsors would like to win, and especially here where management came to watch, but it doesn't always happen, and they've had their fair share of wins in their own event. So I don't think anybody's going to gripe. It was a good event. What it also done is it's that Serge is now certainly starting to look like the champion, because with another win, he's now got 4 under the belt. He can certainly start relaxing, or not relaxing, but he can certainly happily finish in the top 3 for the rest of the year and still win the championship, which of course puts a lot of pressure on the Volkswagen team. They have to win, or in fact Yanni has to win the rest of them, and hopefully from his point of view, so something's going to happen to Serge. But I think Toyota's been very professional this year, and the car goes like hell, and Serge did a hell of a job too.